remain top of the table over in Germany after a convincing win this past weekend. And of course, the champions could only muster a draw. We'll take a look at what's going on and what's coming up this time around over in the Bundesliga. And we're coming at you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. It's all about match day number 10. That's right, over in Deutschland, and we'll get to that in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button, your one-stop shop for Bundesliga, Blackburn Rovers, world football, all here under one Ruski. That's right, Bayern top the charts. Frankfurt, I think they put 7 past their opposition. We'll showcase all that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs, the Patreons, and also a big shout out to the members. You know who you are. Of course, we're going to look back at the last weekend's games before we look forward to the next match of matches. So, but between now and then, let's get cracking. Alrighty then, folks, let's take a little look at what we're talking about. We're talking about this. That's right. Now, I am coming at you ahead of the completed match day. I've not seen the last 3 games, Dortmund, Leipzig, my boys Gladbach against Bremen, and Freiburg, Mainz, but the scores should be updated whenever this video goes live. So I did know about the Bayern victory. I also knew about the 7-2 victory for Frankfurt over Bochum, and the big wins for Heidenheim and St. Pauli. And of course, the table now looks a little bit like this. As you see it, Bayern are tip at the top of the table and remain there, of course, because it's going to take something absolutely crazy for RB Leipzig to dethrone them at the top spot. And Bochum are rooted to the foot of the table. But anything else that has gone on since I recorded this should be reflected in an updated table. So hopefully I did just that. Also, we cannot give you an update with the Super Brew because there are games still to be played. So we will come back to that when I see you next time around. But we are looking forward to these round of games. And again, we are coming at you ahead of time. The game's still to be played. Form might be a little bit shifted. And again, we're not going to do the overhead with the flying today because I just don't have the resources all the time, because I'm getting all these videos ready before I hit the bloody road. And speaking of hitting the road, Freiburg are hitting the road as they take on Union Berlin, coming at you on match day number 10 over in Germany in the Bundesliga. And Union Berlin under Bo Svensson coming at you on back-to-back defeats. They're on 42% form for them right now, sitting in 6th. Up against Freiburg under Julian Schuster, just 1 defeat in the last 4 at the Alten Fusterei. They played 17 times since 2002. 8 wins for the hosts, 5 wins for the visitors, and there's been 4 draws between the two sides. Union Berlin are unbeaten against Freiburg over the last 3, and just 1 defeat against them over the last 6. That's right. And they've been pretty impressive against them the last 3 times they've played here. They've actually been back-to-back wins for Union Berlin over Freiburg at this very venue, but Union Berlin on the back, again, as of recording, on the back of successive games without a goal. That may have changed when, of course, we come back around. Freiburg picking up a big win over Hamburg in the DFB Pokal most recently. Do we have odds? We do have odds on this one. Union Berlin are favoured for the victory here, guys and gals. So are we leaning towards them? I think I am. I think I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Union Berlin and their own backyard to give themselves a big old boost as they're trying to make another push for European football next year. Let's go to Bremen now at the Wasserstadion. And it's Bremen hosting Holstein Kiel coming at you this coming match day on November the 9th. That's right. Bremen under Oli Werner. They have got 58% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 5 up against Holstein Kiel on the back of a big victory there. 25% form for them right now. Sitting in 17th with just 5 points to their name. They played twice since 2021. 2 wins out of 2 for Holstein Kiel, including the last time they played at this venue back in April 2022 as a 3-2 thriller going in favour of Holstein Kiel, who are coming into this on the back of that monstrous win over European team Heidenheim. Bremen, of course, are going to be in action against Gladbach tomorrow or whenever this video, or maybe even today, whenever this video goes out. This is a spicy one as well. The bookies they'll go with Werder Bremen on this one. Holstein Kiel might fancy their chances with the tails up after that victory. Not for me, though. Going to go with a 2-0 win for Werder Bremen at the Weserstadion over Holstein Kiel, who still are struggling and still main contenders for relegation. Let's go to Mainz now as they take on Dortmund. A bit of a derby, this bad boy, coming at you on the 9th of November. Mainz under Bo Henriksen, 42% form for them right now. Just 1 win in 5. They sit 14th, 9 points to their name. Up against Dortmund, just 1 win in the last 5 as well under Nuri Sarin. So probably on borrowed time right now. 38 times they have played since 2004. This match taking place at the Miwa Arena. 7 wins for Mainz, 21 wins for Dortmund. There's been 10 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this very venue, it was a 3-0 win for Mainz, that's right, who are unbeaten against Dortmund over the last 3. This is a derby. It's the Jurgen Klopp derby. That's right. The bookies, though, despite the recent form of Mainz in this situation, will go with Dortmund on the road here. But I don't think it's that plain and simple. This is a spicy game. Big one. There's not many derbies that come bigger than this. And I think I'm going for a bit of an upset here. Going to go with a draw, but it might even be a 1-0 win for Mainz because that's what it means to these guys. Going to go with a 1-1 draw, though, sitting on the fence over at the Miwa Arena. Let's go to Bochum now, who are absolutely struggling right now up against the champions. That is Leverkusen coming at you on the 9th. Markus Friedhof for Bochum into 19th with just 1 point all season. They've lost 7 games in a row. Up against Leverkusen, who've unbeaten in at least the last 6, but they are the draw kings, picking up 4 draws out of the last 6. They played 38 times since 1992. 11 wins for Bochum, 20 wins for Leverkusen. There's been 7 draws between the two sides. Leverkusen, of course, in 4th with 16 points to the name. Did beat Bochum last time around 5-0 at this very venue. In fact, they put 9 past them in the last 2 matches, of course. So they all fancy the chances. In fact, though, Bochum do have a 3-0 win over Leverkusen, and it wasn't that long ago, still ringing in their ears. The bookies, though, they'll go with Leverkusen, big-time favourites. Bochum, massively underdog. And, of course, they've just got pumped by Frankie. I don't think it'll be that bad. They're going to go with a 2-0 win, though, for Leverkusen and get back to anyways to keep their outside title hopes alive. Speaking of title hopes, it is Bayern. They're going to St. Pauli coming at you on match day number 10, coming at you over in St. Pauli on the 9th of November. St. Pauli just the 1 win over Bayern in 11 occasions, 9 wins for their opposition, and there's been 1 draw between 2 sides. St. Pauli are in 15th as of recording on the back of a victory themselves. Bayern on the back of just 1 defeat in the last 6, but Champions League football is coming at you very, very soon for them. The Minotaur Stadion is the venue. That one and only victory for St. Pauli was back in February 2002. The last time they played these two sides at this venue, there was just 9 goals in this game, and 8 of them were in favour of Bayern. A big 8-1 win it was back in the day. And the bookies, they'll go with Bayern here overwhelmingly so. They've got Benfica on the horizon as well. So Bayern expected to win both those games. And of course, I expect them to win quite big. I'm going to go with a 4-1 win. Not as big as an 8-1 win, but a 4-1 win for Bayern to maintain their top of the table status, despite what goes on in this game. RB Leipzig, that's right, coming at you up against Marboys. Borussia Mönchengladbach coming at you at the RB Arena in Leipzig. That's right, on the 9th of November as well. Leipzig under Marco Rose, former Borussia Mönchengladbach coach, if my memory serves me correctly. Just 1 defeat in the last 5. They sit 2nd, 20 points to the name, up against Gladbach, who are 12th. 10 points to the name, just 1 defeat in the last 4. They played 16 times since 2016. 10 wins for Leipzig, 3 for Gladbach. There's been 3 draws between the two sides. Leipzig have won 3 on the bounce against Gladbach and haven't conceded a goal in those last 3. They've got the complete set. A 3-0 win, a 2-0 win, and a 1-0 win. Will this game be a 0-0 or will it be a 4-0? Goodness gracious me, who knows? The bookies, though, for this, they'll go with Leipzig. They are favoured here. Mönchengladbach are the underdogs. And I'd like to back my boys on this one, but this one's going to be a bridge too far. I think Leipzig got too much quality. I'm going with a 3-1 win. Leipzig taking the points again and keeping the heat on Bayern. Heading into another match day. Let's go to Augsburg now as they take on Hoffenheim coming at you. This is actually on the Sunday game, Sunday the 10th of November. Augsburg under just tore up, sitting in 10th with 11 points to the name, just 1 defeat in the last 6. Up against Hoffenheim under Pellegrino Matarazzo, just 2 defeats in the last 6. They get on 50% form as of recording and have played Augsburg 39 times since 2003. We have 13 wins for Augsburg, 20 wins for Hoffenheim. There's been 6 draws between the two sides. Of course, with the most recent match at this venue being a 1-0 win. Actually, take that back. Last match to play at this venue in competitive action, it was a 1-1 draw back in November 2023. Of course, there were WWK Arena. The bookies, though, finding it tight on this one, going in favour of Augsburg. I think I am also leaning in favour of Augsburg. I'm going to go with a draw here, sitting on the fence. 1-1 in the end, point in the bag for Hoffenheim, which will probably be better than what Augsburg have got. Then we're going to move over to a bit of a spicy one. It's Stuttgart, it's Frankfurt coming at you. Also on Sunday, the 10th of November, of course, at the MHP Arena, Stuttgart with Sebastian Hoeneß. They're sitting in 7th right now, 13 points to the name, just 1 defeat in the last 6. Up against Frankfurt, also just 1 defeat in the last 6, also on 67% form. They sit 3rd with 17 points. Now they have played Stuttgart 49 times since 1992. 22 wins for Stuttgart, 14 wins for Frankie. It's been 13 draws between the two sides. And of course, the most recent match at this venue being a 3-0 win for Stuttgart back in April 2024. They did the double over Frankfurt last season. And what else have we got going on here? Actually, yeah, besides last season, it's been a pretty dominated game by Frankfurt, who will be looking to get back into winning ways. Of course, on the back of a 7-2 demolition job of Bochum, and of course, Stuttgart drawing with Leverkusen most recently. But the odds for this, it's quite actually going in favour of Stuttgart, who are beneath Frankfurt in the table. They back them largely on this one. I think it's going to be quite tight. I'm also going to back Stuttgart as well. 2-1 winners of our Frankfurt side, who are good right now, and it could be an outside force for the top 4 as well. And then finally, we go to Heidenheim as they take on Wolfsburg, coming at you on the November the 10th. Played 5 times in 2008. We got nothing for Heidenheim. 4 for Wolfsburg. There's been 1 draw between the two sides. Heidenheim with Frank Schmidt at the helm, sitting in 11th with 10 points to name. Up against Wolfsburg, 58% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. They're sitting in 13th with 9 points to the name. Like I said, they played 5 times. The last time they played at this venue, it was a 1-1 draw. Was back in January 2024. Wolfsburg, again, unbeaten against them over the last 5 and only conceded 1 goal against them in the last 3. Bookies cannot decide between these two sides. They've gone even Stevens right down the middle. I think I have also might go even Stevens, or in fact, I probably might have backed Heidenheim here. Yes, I have. Going to go with a 1-0 win for Heidenheim, who need a win. They haven't had a one in a little bit. They're even out of the cup, of course. So their last win was against Paphos in the Europa Cup conference thing. Maybe jiggity bobbity. That, my friends, completes my picks. Again, get your picks in as well using the Super Brewski. It is live and wide open, of course, and we'll bring you back up to date when I next see you. But until then, I love to see you. Smash the like, smash your subscribe. I'll see you soon for the next one. Until then, we are done.